What's going on, traders? Welcome to the channel. My name's Sean. You got Groot here with you too, and we trade options here. So I own Palantir long and short-term positions, and it is dropping. Oh boy. So let's look into it. Let's see what we can pull up as insight, maybe attack a game plan. As always, this is not financial advice, but I do want you to see kind of the reasoning, the way I sort of look at trades. And if there's questions, I'd like you to ask them so I can check them out. And maybe there's something I'm missing. Keep that in mind. It's always nice to get insight and feedback all over the place. Also hit the like button. But with Palantir, we're looking at some key things. They did renew a couple contracts, but we do have earnings coming out soon. So next week, May 11th, is earnings for Q1 for Palantir. And most recently today, they did announce they renewed their contract with the U.S. Coast Guard. And this is a base value of $6.25 million. With the potential over the 9 months to be $11.25 million. So that's good, looking good there. But Palantir has been dropping. Let's look at the charts. So I'm in Palantir daily chart here, and you can see the downtrend is technically still intact. We've been having lower highs and in essence lower lows. Today marks another big one recently. We dropped below support, pretty big volume day in terms of a local maximum there. And what we want to look at here is, as we're getting closer to earnings, what is our next levels? What could we see? Well, if earnings are bad, this could get bad too, because our next real key level is maybe about 3 to 4 points lower, $16 to $17 level. And you'll see that here, and then I'll mark the next one, which can, I think we could even go below that if things are really bad or there's not good outlook. Long term, that could be a good sign for someone looking for an entry point, but short term, getting to about the $13 level, that could be also a little tricky, especially for anyone who bought in much higher at the 40s, $30 level. That's a big loss to sit on there, so keep that in mind. Anyone who is looking to get risky, make sure it's money that you can afford to lose. Don't be playing around with your rent or food or anything crazy like that. Just make an educated bet and make sure you don't over leverage yourself. Now, a couple things here that I find interesting. What we got one more trading day this week. We need to see the next bar basically be above or not below today's bar. So that's really key, this follow through. It's going to tell us whether this was kind of a reversal pattern or not, or we will see follow through, and basically the next level will be the $17 level approximately. And as we get into earnings, I'm curious. I'm actually going to watch this and see how the options pricing looks. If we crash and there's some good opportunity, I will be looking into maybe purchasing some calls in the $20 level, somewhere around there. But I want them to be good price value, like really cheap, just dirt cheap calls. Maybe the sentiment is very bearish. That's when I will consider this. But other than that, if not, I'm not that interested. I'd rather just let things play out and go from there. If there's a big move up and prices are very bolstered, I am not interested in taking on extra risk. I'd rather just do it if I'm paying like $1 for a contract or something really cheap there. Then you can get maybe multiple contracts. Consider them like little lottery tickets at that point. But other than that, that is not financial advice, and I'm curious to see how tomorrow plays out. So keep that. Any holders here, I want to know what you're thinking if you are planning on trading Palantir during this earnings season, and if there's any other big news you're thinking. The biggest thing I've seen is they've had a lot of insider selling. And for anyone else, the next thing here is basically my strategy, and it is related to long-term growth using Tesla and Palantir for the time being.